Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar. So with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So recently we saw that Hedera and BitGo were coming together to really kind of build out some very big things together, because we did get the GC announcement of BitGo back in February 28th to be specific. Now, I highlighted a little bit on the channel already, but I want to go in depth because BitGo just recently announced some pretty big things, and I do think that it could pertain to Hedera and actually expose Hedera to some very, very big initiatives, which we will address. So first and foremost, let's actually reiterate a little bit about what this GC announcement actually is about. So we are excited to announce that leading digital asset trust and security company BitGo has joined the Hedera Council, bringing with it over a decade of experience in Web3 to support innovations and invest in the future success of the Hedera network. On the second page here, or sorry, the second thread here, we have, with over 1,500 institutional clients globally across 50 nations, BitGo's customers include Fortune 100 brands, over 200 crypto exchanges, governments, hedge funds, asset managers, venture capital firms, market makers, pension funds, and ultra high net worth individuals. Now, their full focus here is we see significant future product opportunities in the context of real world tokenization, settlement, and payment verticals with Hedera. Then down here, we also have, we look forward to seeing how this new partnership with BitGo brings value to the Hedera ecosystem and Web3 as a whole through our collaborative and continuing effort to deliver real world value to users, enterprises, and institutions using DLT. Now, like I said, very, very big announcement. And even when we go over here to the breakdown of it, they do reiterate the fact that yes, BitGo is working with over 1,500 clients globally across 50 countries, and they are very, very high profile names. Within this, we also get a little bit of an in-depth view on the fact that BitGo invested significant engineering and product time to add wallet as a service and qualified custody support for the Hedera token service, and it already runs 6 mirror nodes on Hedera, the open source leaderless proof of stake network. So already they have exposure to Hedera. Now, there's a few quotes here. Number one, there is immense value in a diversity of purpose-driven networks, which is why we remain steadfast in our support for Hedera as a network that will push the boundaries of use cases, product development, and performance limits. BitGo has played a leading role in Web3 since its inception, so we recognize that it takes many participants to come together to drive real change. We see significant opportunities for future product development with Hedera through our involvement with the Hedera Council, especially in the context of real-world tokenization, settlement, and payment verticals. And then if we scroll down, again, we get a little bit more of an in-depth view on all of those big players. Fortune 100 brands, 200 crypto exchanges, you get it, right? BitGo has extensive expertise and real-world experience with product development and architecture, governance, regulations, tokenomics, and go-to-market strategy, which they will bring to the Hedera Council and the wider Hedera ecosystem. Beyond this, BitGo is an important name in the industry and is a project suitably aligned with the Hedera vision for security, scalability, speed, and sustainability. We're excited to see how the relationship between Hedera and BitGo unfolds in light of today's news. Now, with all of that, let's go and look at what just recently got announced from BitGo. So here's the announcement. We're pleased to announce that BitGo has joined the Superstate Industry Council, the SIC. We are looking forward to collaborating with Superstate funds and 20+ industry leaders to drive innovation and advance the adoption of tokenization across financial markets. Now, this is very interesting because there is no mention of Hedera, which we will talk about here in a second, but I want to go back to February 29th, a day after the BitGo GC announcement happened. And we have huge thanks to BitGo Director of Platform Sales for joining Zenobia on the podcast for an in-depth look into BitGo's history in Web3 and the motivation rooted in delivering trust in digital assets. Behind joining the Hedera Council, when the opportunity came to join the Hedera Council, we got really excited about that. We think there's opportunity for our clients and potential clients to be using Hedera in really creative ways. We're just beginning to scratch the surface here. And here are the key points. So BitGo is a qualified custodian of digital assets and wallet service provider to investors, retail users, enterprises, and financial institutions exploring DLT. Hedera's governance model, robust network of ecosystem partners, and unique network features were key factors in BitGo's decision to join the council. And then also the last one, by joining the council, BitGo aims to further the growth of the Hedera ecosystem through the exploration of tokenization, staking services, contributions to network partners, and more. Now, if we go back over here to this announcement from Superstate, we have today, we're thrilled to introduce the Superstate Industry Council, the SIC, a group of leading traditional digital asset institutions dedicated to shaping our product roadmap and driving the adoption of tokenization in traditional financial services and capital markets. Now, these are the 20 plus member list. So first off, Anchorage, this is a big one. Beyond that, Arrington Capital, BitGo, Block Tower, Brayer Cap, Circle Ventures, CMT Digital, Coin Fund, Cumberland Says, Falcon X Network, Galaxy HQ, JST Digital, Modular Capital, which, by the way, Modular is one that we've been focused on for a little bit of time. Parify Capital, Runa Digital Assets, I believe, Starkiller Cap, Uniswap, and then here is where I do think that Hedera kind of lies, in this more undisclosed members. Why? Because it just makes sense. Guys, if we're talking about tokenization initiatives, we just have an announcement with BitGo and Hedera to focus on tokenization initiatives. Then we get this on March 6th. No mention at all of Hedera at all here, but I find it very interesting that there's this more undisclosed members list, which, again, going forward, I'm going to talk a little bit more about why Hedera is suitable for this. But we have members help Superstate develop innovative offerings, including our first product, USTB, while championing the widespread adoption / category development of tokenization across the industry through a variety of Superstate hosted programming / initiatives. So very interesting. Now, even if we go to the announcement, right, they don't give us all the names. Again, we still have undisclosed names on here, but I just find it interesting that there's still that undisclosed list. And this is, like I said, where Hedera really kind of lies. That's where I do think that Hedera is a member of. Now, beyond this, they are fully focused on the tokenized economy. They are looking at building out and modernizing the traditional financial infrastructure of the world. And this is where I really kind of go back to everything that we know about Hedera and why it is so suitable for this. But first, let's actually look at Superstate. So it's modernizing investing through tokenized financial products. Here's their funds, actually. They offer two. USTB is their private fund. This is the Superstate Short Duration U.S. Government Securities Fund. Again, a lot of the tokenization endeavors around this space has been around like U.S. government security funds or treasury funds, things like that. There's a lot going on with that. I really look forward more to the feature where we have real estate tokenized and things like that. That's what I'm really kind of waiting for. But regardless, there's a lot of things that they do mention here around tokenization advantages. Here's the press beyond that as well. Again, you know, this is all around tokenization. Like everything here is tokenization. Here are the backers behind Superstate as well. You can look more into this if you want to. BitGo is a major backer of this, but regardless of that, let's go over to Hedera a little bit. So why do I think that Hedera is a part of this? Well, it's because of the efficiencies. Just recently got an announcement from VRJAM that they actually migrated from Polygon to Hedera. This is because of the HTS tech stack. It's far more efficient than anything else in this space, even Polygon. And this is the launch of their new AI product line. This is very exciting. Since coming to the market in early 2019, VRJAM has grown to become a UK market leader for immersive live events, servicing hundreds of premium content creators and brands along the way, including, and we do get a bunch of the list here. This traction resulted in VRJAM being picked up by the Google campus community, the Epic Games Mega Grants program, as well as them drawing investment from all of these big players. As part of the full migration to Hedera, VRJAM is also launching its new AI product suite, combining Web3 gaming and AI technology into a world-first solution that will firmly position VRJAM at the forefront of the immersive technology vertical. Now, this is all possible and made possible because of Hedera technology. We've started to see a big migration from even Ethereum over to Hedera, and this has been happening since 2021. Outside of this, tokenization, right? This is all around the token service. When we talk about tokenization on Hedera, it's been growing extremely fast. Toko was one of the first ones. And this is all regarding traditional finance as well. This is fully focused on traditional finance, as well as a ton of other great verticals as well. And this is by DLA Piper, one of the largest law firms out there in the world. And we have the benefits of Toko down here. We have the case studies as well. And this is built out on Hedera for anyone that is wondering. Now, when we go over here to Toko, we could see the solutions tab. This is everything that they have to offer. And this is fully compliant, by the way. Real estate, funds, which again goes right back to what Superstate is offering. Like, these are all funds that they are offering on their platform. And it makes me think that, you know, when we go over here to the funds list from Toko that is built out on Hedera, Hedera's already been ahead of the game with this. So it would make perfect sense that Hedera is a part of that initiative with BitGo. Again, if they're not, it's okay. They don't have to be, but I still think that they're in that undisclosed list. Outside of that, art and media, intellectual property rights and entitlements, and then also debt and project financing. Pretty big things to focus on from Toko. Outside of that, real estate. Back in June of 2023, we got an update around Quarter Homes. So we have Quarter, the U.S. first fractional equity home funding program, and platform has announced the equity tokenization of a $740,000 home with third-party investments or investors supplying 97% of the purchase capital as alternative financing to mortgage credit using Toko Network. And this is all on Hedera. Then, back in May of 2023, Red Swan CRE builds its token studio on Hedera for real-world asset tokenization. This is also based around real estate. And this is a company that has $5 billion in assets under management. I think now they have almost $10 billion in assets under management. And they are launching its token studio on Hedera for real-world asset tokenization. Also, not to mention the fact that Hedera just recently announced the creation of the stablecoin studio. That's another big initiative regarding tokenization. All of this is happening on Hedera right now. But beyond that, that's not where things end. EDF trials tokenized RECs on Hedera Public DLT. This happened back in November of 2023. Followed by Arcix deepens partnership with Hbar Foundation to enhance staking and tokenization. This was December 14th of 2023. And remember that Arcix with Aberdeen are already tokenizing major things on Hedera right now. When we look at Hedera, it has become the tokenized, or I should say the tokenization giant, if you will. And even if we go over to the website, right? So let's actually go over to this announcement from them. This is just the BitGo announcement, but I want to actually go to the use cases here and just show you some things happening on Hedera that you might actually not know. So first off, Hedera Guardian, right? This is auditable carbon markets and traceability. This is around tokenization of even RECs, carbon credits, things like that. That's a big deal. Outside of that, even if we go to DeFi, right? DeFi initiatives, this is fully focused on tokenization and things like that as well. We even have the next generation of finance. Hedera offers low fixed fees, blazing fast transactions, immediate settlement, and modern development workflows. It's never been easier to build the next generation of financial software on the open source public Hedera network. Again, when we look at Hedera, it is perfectly suitable for all of these new, or this next generation, if you will, this next generation of everything, not just finance, right? I just want to reiterate the fact that this is just not finance, it's everything. Hedera is perfectly suitable for all of that. And we even have down here the full focus on what Hedera does offer. Here we have TVL on Hedera, over $153 million. We have active smart contracts deployed on Hedera, over 7,600 plus. And we also have smart contract transactions in the last 24 hours as well. And here's the decentralized finance built on Hedera. And this is where a lot of those tokenization endeavors are as well. Like, for an example, we have Toko here. Beyond that, there's a lot of other ones as well, but there's so many names. Here's tokenization of assets and data integrity. And these are not even just all of them. If we go back up to use cases, or sorry, the ecosystem, here's where you could actually look into some of the ecosystem. And on here, you can actually go through all of the major applications. Like, for example, we have Web3 applications on here, but we also have enterprise applications. And this is where things get a little bit more interesting. Like I said, those are not just the only tokenization use cases. There's a lot that aren't even mentioned, like, for example, Red Swan, EDF, Arcix. But if we look here, right, we can go to DeFi. I'm pretty sure it's in DeFi. You could also put CBDCs here. There's a lot of things even around NFTs as well that they're offering, but a lot of these are bridging the world of DeFi and traditional finance, even around lending, CBDC initiatives, tokenization initiatives. Like, here's digital tokenized securities platform. This is InvestaX, which a lot of people actually are not even aware of. But there's so much happening here, and I don't think people realize how big of a name Hedera has become in just the last couple of years. And this is why I do think that, like, when we really look at Hedera, I don't see how they're not a part of this initiative with Superstate and BitGo. But beyond that, one thing to really take from all of this is how suitable Hedera is for this tokenized economy to be realized in. I really do think that Hedera is going to become a massive giant in the world of tokenization, and I do think that there's a lot of opportunity there for Hedera as well. I mean, when we're talking about hundreds of trillions of dollars being tokenized, and yes, I do believe that there's going to be hundreds of trillions of dollars on chain tokenized, I do think that Hedera is going to grab up a significant portion of that, maybe not 10% or anything like that, but even 1%. 1% changes everything around Hedera. Think about how crazy that is. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join me for Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.